Hey everybody, it's Jay with Echo Benefit Solutions. Medicare is one of those things that gets people really confused for a whole variety of reasons. I mean, number one, it's a new set of vocabulary for people that have been using employer health insurance or regular health insurance for either most of their adult life or recent adult life. And then also because it usually is accompanied by some sort of transition, like retirement. Not that kind of transition, but retirement, or going from full-time to part-time, some kind of, life change, and those are pretty stressful as well. And then also just the financial aspect of it, because very often it's a couple, husband and wife, and one of them carries the insurance to their employer. They're the older one, they want to retire, but the younger spouse still has a couple years before they get to Medicare. What are you going to do? How much is it going to cost? So I do a lot of that, a lot of question and answer. But I thought I'd explain a couple of, kind of large, big picture terms that might help. So Medicare versus Medicaid. Medicare is the federal retiree health insurance program. Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, and then they rolled in during the early 2000s Medicare Part D for drugs. Medicare Part C, we usually don't call it that. Usually that's Medicare Advantage. That's the next thing we'll talk about. But those are the minimum components you need to have if you don't have employer coverage after 65. Medicaid is a state program, usually for pregnant women, mothers at home with little kids, and it's usually income based. So if you're on the lower end of the income and you need a little bit of help, that's where it comes in. So that's Medicaid. You can have both depending, but they're pretty separate. They're separate programs otherwise. Do you have to start Medicare at 65? Not necessarily. If you have employer coverage that you like and it does everything the government says it's supposed to do, then you can keep it if you want. You could wait. I had a lady that didn't start Medicare coverage until she was 80 because she had retiree insurance through her old employer. And they finally phased that out. So at 80, she started Medicare, which was pretty cool. So yeah, you don't have to. And then what does it cost? So Medicare Part A, you paid into that while you were working, came out of your taxes along with FICA and Social Security and all that stuff. And then Medicare Part B, you start paying when you start using Part B, whether it's at 65 or later. And that starts out for 2023. They haven't released a number for 2020. For 2024, it's 175-ish. 2025 number they haven't put out yet because it's the government. They can adjust that up based on the average of your last 2 years of income. So if you're making decent money towards the end of the time before you start Medicare, like, you're probably gonna end up paying more. It's the government. It's not me. It's not the insurance companies. Blame them. And then, what does and what do you have to do after that? So if you have A and B, you can bolt on a drug plan through a private insurance company, and you could be in compliance. Like, almost nobody does that because there's a huge amount of out-of-pocket costs that go with what they call original Medicare, which is just the A and B. So why would you not add on? And plus, you're paying extra for a drug plan if you do that. But if you do a Medicare Advantage plan or Part C, then those usually have a zero premium. The drug plan's built in, and instead of all that out of pocket, it just drops it down to some co-pays here and there and stuff like that. Not recommending or selling any particular one of those, just saying they exist. So, and then there's also something called a Medicare supplement, which pays darn near all the costs that original Medicare doesn't cover, and has a lot, different benefit set than Medicare Advantage, and they're both good. That's why I love Medicare. Nobody's ever mad. It's you're still dealing with insurance companies, you're still dealing with that stuff, but I'm dealing with much happier customers, and I like happy people. They're fun to work with. So But you're looking, about $175-ish for Medicare Part B. You're going to pay that either way. And then zero extra or up to another, $230, $250 for the Medicare supplement drug plan option, if you want to go that way. And there's lots of reasons to do that, and there's lots of reasons you don't want to. Like, that's up to you, and people like me, we lay out all the pros and cons. I'm Switzerland. I don't care which company you go with, I don't care which product, whatever's best for you. But we lay out all the options, and then you make your own decision. So, difference between Medicare and Medicaid, when you need to start thinking about it, about a year out. You're going to get bombarded with mail. I apologize. But, but get a referral to somebody like me who you can find, who is recommended by people that you know, that has actually helped people that you know, and that is going to be there all year round to answer questions, and make sure you got what you need. So have an awesome day. Yay Medicare. The season's coming up. If you see this, like this, please share with a friend. There's open enrollment's coming, and they need advice from people that aren't shady. Have a good one.